Now, sometimes with your consistent logic, you are going to want to make it so that the question can be asked at any time, but once it has been asked, it will not be able to be asked again, or anything structured like that. Any conditions that are functioning that way can be done using the consistent logic tree, where the action can be taken at any point in time, but you want to control how many times it can be utilized or when. This will be functioning the same way, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a consistent logic node, but it's going to have a condition relating to when it can be used. So first, we're going to want to create a variable related to the question. So I'm just going to go to this picture frame. Actually, let's go with HR1. We go to a customizable attribute and create a custom attribute, which we are going to make a true-false attribute, initially starting off as false. And we're going to go with requested a supervisor. And just like last time, we are going to add a node, requested supervisor. And unlike last time, we are going to create a condition. And we're just going to quickly find where we did this. So we went with our colleague 1, or HR1, sorry. Requested a supervisor where it's equal to false. We're going to go to an utterance, request supervisor. Oh, sorry. Is there a supervisor around? Save. And we're going to have a speak action by our individuals. The supervisor is out today. Okay. Colleague 1 is the one who speaks with the voice of Joey. Okay, now we have that, and we are going to make it so that once it's done, we are going to, rather than have a speak action, we are going to set an attribute to true right here on our HR1, where requested supervisor is now true. I'm just going to reorganize these so that this is the setup. So now, with this, the player is able to request for a supervisor at any point in time in the situation or within the simulation. But once they do, because the attribute of requested supervisor will be set to true, and we're not changing it back to false in any other time within our simulation, this action can only be done once, and we can even go so far as to enable or add a feedback log marking that the user requested a supervisor and displayed that back to them. So with this, we are able to leverage the player being able to ask at any point in time throughout the simulation for a supervisor, and based on that response, rather than letting them continually to do so, we are going to mark that they did so, give them feedback at the end of the simulation, as well as have an appropriate response to the question asked. And if you wanted to, you can make an entire series based off of this of questions that can be done and asked at any point in time.